already made this video, but I also made like a bunch of short videos as things were progressing, and none of those will upload to my editing app or to TikTok or any other editing app I tried. Why am I that color? I'm not orange. I'm not an Oompa Loompa. The heck. Anyway, um, so I did like an overall video talking about the month so far, but I think I'll just start that over because that's the only thing that would upload to my editing software. None of the updates would. So this whole month has been crazy. Lots of appointments. I had a dentist appointment. Dad took me there. Whatever. Finally got insurance decided that it was okay for me to get the crown put on my tooth. Perfectly fine with them. For the doctor to put the crown on my tooth. Insurance, in their infinite wisdom, decided it was okay. So I need to schedule that. I haven't done that yet, but I got the initial appointment done because my tooth was killing me. There was one day, it was back in February. I was at my parents' house and I was there for a few days, and for most of the time, like 3 of the days, my tooth was killing me. And then it just stopped. And they think it was just sinuses, but I was supposed to get caps, like a couple of crowns put on my teeth back in 2023, and then I got sick. Or no, I think I was supposed to come back in like 2024 and get it done, but into 2023, into the beginning of 2024, I was sick, and I did not do that. So I got that initial appointment with the dentist taken care of. My dad took me to that, and then I needed to go to my regular doctor. Well, first he wanted me to get labs, and then the next week I was supposed to go see him to talk about the labs. And I had like 3 different catheter change appointments. Something about, I don't know why they were so well. Had one, and then 3 weeks later I was supposed to come back for another one. I think I had to move that one because transportation, in their infinite wisdom, canceled on me the day before. So I rescheduled it. And then, so it ended up being the same week as my blood work appointment, I think. There's been so much. So the day of the catheter change appointment, they called me to tell me, because the next day was supposed to be, I think, the appointment, the follow-up appointment to talk about my lab work. I can talk. Yeah. So the day of the catheter change appointment, they said, tomorrow we can't take you to your appointment. 24 hours notice, not even 24 hours notice. They called me and told me this. Whatever. So my dad was able to take me to that because it's not that far away. So he took me to that, and then I also had an appointment with a building manager at an apartment building. I'm very excited about that. Oh, the doctor appointment. He referred me to somebody else, scheduled that appointment, had to cancel it because it wasn't enough days ahead. I think that's what happened. No. I scheduled that. It was on a Monday. They called me 5:30 on a Friday, say they couldn't take me. So I rescheduled it for this Tuesday. It's now Thursday. And they call me Monday morning, and they're like, "We can't take you to that appointment." I'm like, "No." I yelled at the lady. I don't do that. I yelled at the lady that because it was the second or third time in a row this month that had happened. So I yelled. I said, "No, I need to see this doctor. My doctor referred me to this doctor, and this is the rescheduled appointment because of you guys." I said, "It's 10 a.m. You have plenty of time to find me a new ride." And then After a few minutes, I calmed down. My sister's like, "You should file a complaint." So I called them up, the main number, to file a complaint, and I told the reason why. And she looked at my chart and she says, "You're still on the schedule." And she said a different transportation company, because when you schedule the ride, I go through the website. I scheduled the ride, and then it sends you a text message, uh, and then after that, it sends you a follow up text message saying that you've been matched and this is your pickup time, blah, blah, blah. And it was Value Transport. But that's not the name of the company that this lady told me. So somebody managed to find the company. Here's the thing, they never did inform me that they had found the new company. Yes, it was only a few minutes, but I hadn't got a text message. I hadn't got a phone call. If I hadn't called to file a complaint, I would not have known. Because they never did call to say, "Hey, this is what's happening. We got you a different transportation company." They never did call me. If I hadn't called to file a complaint, I would not have known. What did happen was the next morning, the morning of the appointment, my driver called me and said, "I'll be there at this time," which is great. I love that. I love when they do that. He was very nice. Got me to the appointment and went in with me, which is fine because he wanted to know about how long it would take. Yay. My dasher. I have a dasher for my food tonight because it's late and I don't feel like making something. Uh, I will tell you why. So, okay, the driver goes in with me to find out how long it's going to be because he had another ride he had to pick up. He was very nice, and they told him when it would be for, and he said, "I'll be out here waiting when you're done," and he was, which is fantastic. That almost never happens. So that was Tuesday. And today's Thursday. Um, he called. Oh, I know what happened. Oh, for today. Motive Care called me yesterday to confirm the details of my ride for today. They don't do that. They text. They don't like call you up to confirm your details. So I called my mom after that. I was like, "Did you call Motive Care and yell at them?" She's like, "No, why?" I was like, "Because they called to confirm the details for my appointment for tomorrow. They don't do that. They usually just send a text." Like, I wasn't mean. I was very, uh, I don't know what the word is. But yeah, sometimes you gotta be assertive. That's the word, assertive. Maybe a little loud because my sister uh, thought I was talking to her from in the living room. She came in just as I was getting off the call. She's like, "Oh, I thought you were talking to me." It must have been a little bit loud. So he took me to my appointment. He was very nice, a very nice man. Took me to my appointment, and this was the catheter change appointment, so it's an hour away. And this was with the nurse practitioner. I know I just had one last week, but I needed to see the nurse practitioner just for like a follow up. So, how you doing? How was it? It's been a year since you and I have talked. What's been going on? How many infections have you had this year? Uh, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. So that went well, and then I called at 2:39, I think it was, to I told them I'm ready for my return trip. And this is what I do. I get done with my appointment, then I go downstairs and I get a snack from the vending machine, and then I call. So it's not that long after my appointment. It's a couple minutes. She's like, "Okay, it'll be within the hour." I waited an hour. Nope. So I called and said, "Hey, can I get an ETA on my ride?" And I said 20 minutes. And it was like 25, 30 minutes before he actually showed up. But I found out he was very nice. He talked my ear off the whole ride home. But he was a very nice man. Uh, this has happened before from the same facility. Um, it was almost 2 hours waiting after my appointment. And he talked my ear off the whole way home. He's like, "Yeah, whoever was before me decided that it was the end of their workday and they went home. So they just put you on my schedule, but I was already with somebody else's destination or whatever." Um, he's like, there was no way I was going to get to you on time for like the pickup time that they gave him. So that's why he was late. But he was a very nice man, and I felt bad because they do that sometimes to people. Uh, the driver is supposed to pick me up will just bow out, and so they'll just throw me onto somebody else's schedule. And I don't live close to this facility. And we were just talking about our medical issues basically, and the places that he was saying that he says he sees his doctors are places I haven't been to in Ohio, so I know they're far. So yeah, he had quite a drive. So, and I hope his weekend plans go well. I wish him well. He was very nice. Uh, I always bring my earbuds and I just listen to music usually or a podcast, but I didn't have to. We just chit chatted the entire way home, the whole hour. He was very nice, very good driver. There was one time they had to like slam on his brakes, but it's raining. It was raining at that point. People are stupid when they're driving in the rain, especially at the time of day that we were out in traffic in the area that we were. So yeah, it didn't surprise me they had to slam on his brakes, and he apologized, which they don't usually do. I've had drivers who will drive crazy to the point where they have to slam on their brakes every few minutes. Can you imagine that all the way to that appointment? Like a whole hour of that? I've had that before. So that has been my month, my April. I guess my end of February, a little bit of March, and my April. And I'm still waiting that follow up appointment or not the refer appointment. They did more blood work, which I didn't know was going to happen. And he was early that day. He picked me up today was early. Uh, he was early that day, picking me up in the morning, so I didn't really get to drink a lot of water beforehand. So when I got there, I was dehydrated, and you're like, "We're gonna take labs." Nobody told me that was gonna happen. I already had labs done. That's why I'm here. But they were able to do it. I only got stuck a couple of times, so that's a success in my book. My veins are awful. They're teeny tiny. They're deep. They roll. So the fact that they got it on the second try is, especially with the amount of vials they had to use, it was a lot. So what's today? Today's Thursday. That appointment was Tuesday. I wonder how long it's gonna take for results. I think I have a follow up with them though. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's how that's going. Had to yell at Motive Care to light a fire under their butts. I still think it's funny that they called me to let me know to confirm the details of my appointment after that. It's so weird. I could go months without having an appointment except for my standing catheter change appointment, and then there will be a month where there's just appointment after appointment after appointment. It's crazy. So yeah, Let's hope May is better.